Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill.
Would you like to rock right now?
I do want to rock it. At the end of our rocking, we will give out a rocking prize pack that includes what?
It's ironic you should say rocking because that's exactly what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
One lucky Coogan at the end of the 10-minute drill, stay tuned for your cue to call, is going to get a pair of tickets to this is right up your alley, Dan, the Hella Mega Tour.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Green Day,
okay,
Fall Out Boy, and Weezer at TIAA Bank Field coming up on August 6, 2020. Tickets on sale this Friday.
By the way, speaking of rock, sad, our man Rick Ocasek. I better hear
sad weekend, bro.
I better hear some Cars music
Eddie
today.
Money Friday, Rick Ocasek yesterday. Bummer weekend.
Man.
Who's going to be third?
I don't know.
They say they come in threes.
Yeah. If I was Ozzy, I'd lay low.
Yeah, good point. Anyway, so good. Let's kick around some other things, and we'll get back to the Jags. We got Pacelli coming up at 8:30 as well, so we'll go in depth with the big fella. He has a terrible, terrible eating habit that he has got to get under control.
Be blowing up like a blimp.
Oh, he's just
huge.
I mean, he was at the cookie line at least 6 times. He couldn't stop.
Well, when I saw him at the home game last week at halftime, he was two-fisted. And seriously, I mean, I'm not saying a bad or good. I'm a fat pig myself.
I'm worried about him.
But he had like goodies in both hands when I saw him.
So we'll chat with him in just a bit. What is the overlying? What grabbed you about the NFL? Does it? My first thought was, my God, it doesn't matter. The Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. The thing about the Patriots who's going to go unnoticed here is that defense they have is suddenly really good now. Caveat, they played maybe the worst team in the NFL in the last 20 years.
Oh, they look bad, don't
2000,
they? Have an over. Did Miami have an over one year?
No,
I don't think they've gone over.
No, but
the Lions did, right? They had an over?
Lions had 2, I believe.
No,
one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Oh, Cleveland had the other one.
Yeah.
Cleveland had one also? Oh, yeah, Cleveland had one too.
Same town.
Oof.
Well, again, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a Dolphin. I mean, they're bad. So.
I think that early, Dan, I mean, I hear what you're saying, that we know who the superstars are. I'm not going to go crazy that Patrick Mahomes has 8 or, I think injured quarterbacks yesterday was a big story with Roethlisberger and Breeze.
Yeah.
Could it force a changing of the guard in some of these places? So that jumps out at me. The 49ers getting off to a 2-0 start with a couple of road games.
Yeah.
That impresses me a little bit. The Packers out 2-0 with a couple of division games.
How about Dak?
Dak looks he's the MVP right now.
Really good.
Yeah, he had another almost spotless game. How about Josh Allen? Wrong on him. He's making plays for Buffalo, and the Bills are 2-0. And they won back-to-back games in New York, but nonetheless, in an AFC where, I mean, look at the AFC South.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Yeah.
1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 0-2. If the Jags can somehow beat the Titans, the Colts have to play Atlanta, and Houston has a tough game. The San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles
be tied for first.
We could all be 1-2 in a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are a lot of. I tend to right now look at the 2-0s, the 0-2s, and for an overall, of course, tomorrow it's the Super Bowl this week. I know people are already excited about anything changing on those.
Yes. So anyway, So
I'll tell you, I'll give you another overall from the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The officiating is worse than it's been in the history of the league. The league has paralyzed the officials so that they can't do their job, and they've encouraged them now to be over-officious jerks. The last thing that the NFL needed right now was a mandate to call more penalties, and that's what the refs got this offseason, to call more penalties. Let's really watch the backside holding. There's a holding call every drive for every team. So I hate the refs. I'm wearing the Miles Jack Wasn't Down shirt today as a show of support for the players who have to live under the tyranny of those striped shirts, or as Cameron Jordan called them yesterday, Foot Locker employees.
A couple other things we'll touch on, and we'll get more in-depth into it as the show goes on. The Gators and a victory in Lexington. Unbelievable. Something strange always happens in Kentucky. Shout out to Kentucky Jeff. Hope he had a good time up there.
I feel sorry for the Wildcats when it comes to that Gator series. You're right. They clutched
some of the strangest
from the jaws of victory
things ever. But the big news, obviously, losing Felipe Franks. Kyle Trask went in and played very good football. So we'll see. But you're going forward with Kyle Trask and Emory Jones, and it's a challenge for the Gators, who I think will get to 5-0 and have a chance to beat Auburn. But they don't look like
they don't look like a top 10 team,
an SEC contender.
We'll stay. They, to me. mask the Jaguars in one area. They can't run the football.
Yeah.
They just can't
Yeah.
run the football, and
Yeah.
you have to be able to run the football. I think the defense has played pretty good, and
Some video floating around of this Cash Daniels. Do you know who that is? The linebacker
trying to
from Kentucky.
hurt Trask.
Twisting ankles. I mean, that's weak sauce Cash.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you're a JA.
Here's another sidebar
Yeah.
from that game. Brian Greasy is under attack too. I guess
he apologized. I think.
I don't
but
think he
was,
meant it the way Florida
No,
got.
but he was wrong.
Yeah.
He was wrong, and that's.
Well, let me tell people
Yeah,
what he
go
did.
ahead.
Brian Greasy, when Felipe Franks is a guy who's overcome a lot here. He's had some off-field problems, which is just,
off-field issues.
which
yeah.
is completely untrue. I think what he meant was acting like he does on the sidelines, but he didn't say that. And
yeah, you can't do that.
You can't intimate
Felipe
off-field
Franks,
issues.
as for whatever you think of him as a
Never had a
quarterback,
problem.
has been a
Yeah.
terrific, kid for the Gators, and it's not fair in any way, shape, or form for him to do that. And somebody, shame on ESPN, but they do so many games now. And I was in a sports bar in Houston watching it, so I didn't hear partying with Mr. 10. Whew, we got back late.
What about 5.0? Was she with you?
Yeah, yeah, she was. 5.0 is a great woman. But anyway, way too greasy. Somebody should have told him, hey, what are you talking about? Fix that.
Well, he called Kentucky's number 21 defensive back Trey Dean for about an hour and never
he did.
corrected
Yeah.
him. So
Yeah.
he was just struggling a little bit there. I lost confidence in coaches that I felt pretty confident about going to the weekend, both Marone and Mullen.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, like Mullen.
I thought Mullen shouldn't have gone for 2 at 21-16.
No.
I
Yeah, it was too
envisioned
early.
exactly what happening, but thankfully the Kentucky kicker
Well,
missed the kick. Did you look at when you looked at that Kentucky kicker on the sideline? I thought
He's gonna
this
miss
kid
this.
is not going to
Yeah.
make this kick.
It looked that
He
way.
looked scared to death.
Mullen goes beyond that 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now as it turned out, they got lucky and they needed more time to roll off, but just undeniable, unacceptable mistake not calling a timeout
Mm-hmm.
when Kentucky's setting up for the field goal. You cost yourself 30 seconds. Odds are they make the field goal. You're going to need that minute 30.
Yeah.
And he just, like a buffoon, he must-jamped. He let the clock run off. And I'll give you a second one, too. And it may be too early, but who knows? But is it just me or does Trask look better than Franks?
Well, it's early.
Okay.
We'll get more into that. And then,
Willie Taggart, by the way, just blew another one.
yeah, I didn't see that game. Obviously,
The in-game management was awful.
getting
They
updates
were
from
unprepared, yeah.
Juju, and I also am getting some feedback from Noel fans that Blackman is not. He's missing guys who are wide open. That he's
Well,
not.
what are you going to do?
Well,
Hornibrook?
Hornibrook. Give him a
Have
chance.
fun with that, Noel fan.
Yeah,
In the ACC, they're going to every corner in the ACC will be licking his chops. That kid will have 3 pick sixes before the year's over.
FSU is a whisker away from being 0-3. They're 1-2. They've got 2 winnable games at home, but something tells me when they play Louisville and NC State, I think got waxed by West Virginia. But
No, they did.
And West Virginia got
Boston
waxed.
College lost to Kansas.
Yeah, the ACC is bad. ACC minus Clemson, and Clemson obviously rolled over Syracuse, and they're lucky they have them because minus them, and we'll talk about this as well today or tomorrow. But UCF, their conference might be better than the ACC.
Shout out to UCF, by the way.
Yeah,
some resume now is starting to accumulate.
Yeah.
Get behind a UCF team that's now done it for an extended period of time. And
27 regular season wins in a row.
Good,
Anyway,
good for them. That was a nice
all right,
win for them on Saturday night.
Friday 5-pack results. Caller number 2 right now. Beef, what are they taking home?
Damn the hook.
Oh, Danny. They're going to rock out
Uh-huh.
at TIAA Bank Field next August 6th for the Hella Mega Tour
Oh, the Hella Mega Tour.
with Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer.
Did you say next August 6th?
Next August 6th. It's a stadium tour, buddy. It's a big deal.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Tickets go on sale this Friday.
Contest winner might die before this.
I mean, we got 11 months. Oh, it's a good. I guess the dudes want it, though, right?
The tickets go on sale. Yeah, the dudes are psyched. The
Is this
tickets
a-
go on
is-
sale Friday.
Beef, is this a 50,000, 60,000 people event?
People will be pretty pumped for this. These are 3 big bands.
Okay. All right. So, anyway, if you want to look ahead and plan out next summer.
The demographics may be a little different than the Stones show,
Okay.
but still a big deal.
Not a lot of Danny's around at the Weezer show.
Maybe not.
All right. 641-1010. Here we go.